this video is all about the MPC XL and pretty much what I think of it and why you might not or might want to buy it. First of all, it's pretty big. It's massive compared to the other one. Let's just say huge. That's probably the best definition. It has everything pretty much covered. One of the beauties of this machine is the ability to go anywhere in a track without menu diving. That is amazing to me because so many years I had to menu dive. So this is pretty good. So for example, I'm here, got a track up here. It's a pretty simple idea. I'll close this out from here. You can see here, the name of the track's right there, of course. And this is the track we're on. And so this is all the screen. And I see all the screen parameters right here in front of me under each one of these 16 QLINKS. I can see track level here. I can see here. We have the playhead. We have metronome. That's metronome enabled. I can do the same thing here. Turn off or on, and you'll see this change here at the third QLINK. At the fourth QLINK here, we have the metronome level. I can set my divisions right here for timing correction right here also on the fifth QLINK. Now here I can add swing. Here we have time and correct strength. We have the track and pick a track. Let's go, I'll play from the top. Let's play this track right here. And now we're playing this track back. As you can see here, it's playing back. And so, I may want to see something here. Matter of fact, I hear a metronome in there. So, turn this up here. Metronome is playing there. So, I can turn the metronome off. Now it's off. There's a track going on here. Let's go to the track. There's an order track going on here. I'm opening this up here. That's muted. Let's turn this on. Okay, we pull the track right up in the mix. May want to mute something. Here's pads. Not in pad, right? You can't do that. I'm in audio. Let's go back to my main screen. I'm back here. I'll create this right here. I'm gonna go back to track. I'm gonna mute. Pretty cool. Let's go back to the main screen. I can bring the arts back in.
Gonna go do research. Suck my dick every day, say her knees hurt.
Bam. I can add remixes, vocals, whatever, pick a track, link it to it. It's pretty hard to do that. And I can do it all here in the front without any menu diving, which is really pretty much incredible what they've done. Of course, if I want to see QLINKS, like coming right to here, I press right here, I can see all my available QLINKS right here. The chosen one is here, and I'll see the 16 different parameters I can actually attenuate right here in the system. So it's pretty quick to get around, which is really great actually. And it's like the MPC Live 3, except there's more to it. So there's approximately 105 buttons, I believe it's been counted. And so I see why, and it's necessary, and it's perfect because it gives you a faster way of working with the system. I can tap a tempo right here. I can also, of course, as usual, close it out there as we know that from the beginning of the 3.0 system when they designed it. But it's all in front of us to do anything. I may want to come in and look at the parameter, come in here and see. I want to look at the sample edit. I go here, sample edit's right here. I can see the sample I want to edit. I can hit the sample.
DR acapellas. Ha! I'm going baby on baby.
Uh-oh. Look at that. Pick up anything right there. I can see my samples right there. I can see the length of these samples. I can pull them up. It's very easy to work in this whole system. I may want to just go see the grid. I'm in grid mode right here. Not bad. That's grid for the audio. So let's say I want to be in audio. I'll go back to here. My current track or track 2 for audio. I'll go back to my first track. Here we are. I'm in my track for my system of all these parameters for these samples right here. It is so easy to work and get around with. It is actually perfect to use. Now, I love using this machine because I have a lot of memory in here. It's a big screen too. This screen is awesome, actually. If they take it and put it to a computer screen, it's really awesome too, but you can't go wrong with it. And now I can actually go to any track I want to go to, of course. I'm here in this track here. Let's close this out of here. I can turn my data wheel. So I tap there. I go to this track right here. I'll press play start. Now you'll see also as I hit that pad, these pads aren't doing anything. Or track here. And now I see these pads moving. I know that this track 4 belongs to that particular sequence. This is great. Now I go to here again. So as I'm turning sequence, you want to see which pads are moving. Look, sequence here. Tap here. The next one. I press stop there. So I have a lot of tracks and I can just keep going around to them. I'm gonna be working with one track at a time, or this track or that track. I'll try this track here. I get to see everything, my parameters here. And of course, as I talk, you will see here I have levels going into the system. I'm in controller mode. So in controller mode, I get to see also what's coming out of my computer, coming into my system here. I have full access to the audio input and output with my MPC XL with the computer system as well. So it makes it great to work with this, with the that's the MPC 3.7 software, along with our MPC 3.7 software in the XL. So I can turn up here again. This is gonna look at tons of tracks. 20 tracks. Stop that. Next one. Stop that. Next one. So I can have tons of tracks in there. Next one. Very clear, works perfectly. And also it's located pretty much every button where it should be. Like for example, these buttons will probably be on the top here. So I've got this full level here, 16 levels, notes, we have next sequence, and we have 2 shift buttons. 1 shift button's here and 1 shift button's here. Now that is cool. To go from 1 shift button to the next shift button makes it so much easier. And once you start figuring out where things are, you're going to move much faster. For example, here's my pad bank. I can go anywhere in the pad bank. Well, I don't just pad bank. I have sounds, favorites, saves, and browse. These are all really great things to be together. So when I actually work with my sounds, I may have certain levels of the keyboard representing certain banks. My favorite sounds can be here, which is amazing too. Now also here we have our touch chip controls right here as well. So getting around this machine is just ridiculously quick, easy to do, and you should have no problems. And what I really love about it, that the construction is really good. This is really great construction. Some guy was starting before, these rubbery pads. I think he hasn't really been on this machine yet, but these things don't come off. Everything clicks perfectly. Everything works well. I have no problems with none of the system. I think that if you're going to buy an MPC and you're thinking about getting one, I would say get this one. I would love to get it in the used market probably. But this is a great machine. If you got the money and you want to get it, I say you can get it because the resale value is right there inside this machine. I mean, the resale value has got to be ridiculously good. I'm pretty sure it'll run out eventually soon, maybe not like the MPC Live 3 did, but it's a quality machine. Now, if you think you don't need this, I guess got to be honest with you. If you're just doing beats and stuff and making things up, you don't really need all this. But if you're new to MPC, let's say you're a musician who's been to music school and you want to have an instrument that you can do everything on, this is probably it actually. The only problem, you may not be able to see the notes as you try to write stuff out or score out or something, but you will be able to have a machine that you can use to create music for commercials or doing for film. If you want to do some sort of stuff for film, load your samples in, trigger them in here, and you use simply time code, or even use a link just using MIDI time code to link with. But this is a classic machine. This is probably going to be the best MPC ever made and probably be the best machine in 2026. Now, if you want more information on how to use this machine, I also do lessons for the machine. I'll teach you everything I come here to do. Stuff like this. I want to find out where this is at. I'll go to here. Now I know this is the drum section. It's easy to use, it's no problem. I can teach you anything with this or with the software as well, as you can see in the background. I can also teach you how to use this Akai with Logic Pro, Ableton Live, Luna, Pro Tools, Studio One, or if you have the new Fender Studio Pro 8. Does it make a difference? This works with every machine, I believe also with FL Studio. Pretty much a simple idea of just linking it up. This is going to be a great way for you to learn how to get stuff done. And even if you have an MPC 1 or MPC old XSE, I can teach you how to use all these devices. There's no problem with that. And if you don't believe that, you can also download our files and pay for that. And you'll be able to get our videos directly sent to you. And it's pretty simple. You can watch everything. Everything I'm talking about here is also on video. If you got any questions, hit us up. Go to sampleKings.com.